Hey, how you doing? Hope you're finding the course fun so far. Today's lesson is in solids versus liquids. And you have an assignment on this, and you will find a little bag in your kit that contains a silly putty egg, some white powder in the baggie, and if it all fell out in the baggie, just go ahead and put it back in the cup. And no, it's not cocaine, so don't try to snort it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the properties of liquids and solids. Now, in the video, in the PowerPoint video before this, you saw about the difference between solids and liquids and what their properties are. That a solid's particles are very tightly packed together and they don't move very much. Liquids are a little bit more flexible, and then gases are just all over the place. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to look at these two substances and decide whether or not they are a liquid or a solid. Okay, let's start with the silly putty because it's easy. All right, so when you open your egg, I want you to notice what the silly putty is doing in the egg. That's right, it formed to the container. Look at that. And that is a property of liquids. Yes. So liquids will form to the container, right? They will also flow. Okay, so is this a liquid or a solid? So far it seems like it might be a liquid, but it has the ability to take and hold a shape. Taking and holding a shape is the property of a solid. Let's set that guy aside for just a few minutes. Set him over here for a little bit. And let's play with our powders, okay? Now, this is very tricky because you can do too much or too little too quickly. So add your water. I have some in my paper cup here. A little tiny bit at a time, okay? Maybe 2 teaspoons to get started. Okay, it's going to be really, really, really stiff, but that's okay. We don't want it to be easy to turn, okay? Now I've got mine just about right. It's a little bit powdery still, so you can see still a little bit powdery. Okay, so I'm going to add just a tiny, tiny bit more water. Not too much, because if I add too much, then I'm just going to end up with a nasty little liquid in there, and I don't want a liquid. I don't want it to flow everywhere. I want it to be a little bit manipulative, okay? So it's going to get really kind of funky and sticky. Okay, there we go. Got a nice little lump. Oh, see that? Look at that. It's flowing a little bit. Now mine's still a little bit dry. Mine is still a little bit dry. So I'm going to just take my fingers and dab it with a little bit of water. There we go. That's what I want it to look like. Nice and shiny. Nice and shiny, and look what it does. Oh, look at that. It will flow right out of my fingers. But it will also form a shape. Now, it won't hold that shape for very long, will it? Watch. See? There it is. It's holding a shape, but no, now it's a liquid. Ooh, and it's all over the table, and it's making a mess, and it's fun. This is what we want to do. Poke it. Hey, let me get that angle. Let me get that. See? There we go. See? Look. What happens when I try to poke it? It is hard. Really? Really, really hard. But I can scoop it back up and hold it in my hand, and oozes out again. This is great fun if you add a little food coloring to it, especially around Halloween. It can make a great messy mess. Okay, so it forms to the container, obviously. It flows, obviously, but it also can support weight because if I push on it, it doesn't collapse. I can make it into a solid. Oh, my kitty is deciding that he thinks this is fun. And I can shape it into a shape, okay, so it can hold a shape for a while, okay? It's definitely not a gas. It's not floating away, right? Okay, so the question is it a liquid or is it a solid? Your decision. Have fun, get messy. Let me know what you find out.